We've been thrilled with the reliability of the chillers that PolyScience has provided. All of our end users have very glowing reviews of the product. Speaking of longevity, would you mind getting into some of the critical maintenance practices that someone can do to maintain their chiller?
Absolutely. I would say you should reasonably expect with 8 hour use in a 5 day week, you should get 10 to 12 years out of one of these chillers. It's kind of interesting. We got a unit back and an email went around about it. And this unit was from, I think, the mid 1980s and it was still functioning up till now. So I would like to think that end user did a good job of maintaining these. But I think the most important thing is you keep the thing as clean as possible. And by that, you can do simple things, wiping down the exterior cabinet once in a while, just with a damp cloth. The one thing that's important is the filter that's in the front of the condenser. That's got to be cleaned at regular intervals. And I can get more into that because we've come up with a clever solution to make that more user friendly for the customers. I'm not even sure if you're aware of this, David. So, but I'll get into that later. But yeah, keeping that filter clean is a major thing. And also, the one thing that folks don't change the circulating fluid enough. But we've also come up with a clever solution to help mitigate some of the problems if people don't do that. But I would still say, with average use, even with the technological advancement we've come up with, depending on how hard it's used, 60 to 90 days perhaps to clean that. And in addition, which probably few people do but wouldn't hurt, removing the side panels off of it and blowing it out with compressed air certainly couldn't hurt either. Obvious things, making sure that the fluid lines going to and from whatever it's hooked up to, that they're not cracked, that they're not developing cracks, because that will invariably form a leak, and then you'll have more of a mess on your hands than you really want. So, but I think the main thing is making sure that fluid is fresh, because that really can impact that, as well as a dirty filter can impact how the chiller performs. So yeah, those are the two main things I've found to be. And I like I said, I used to get into a lot of labs, and I've seen some less than ideal conditions, particularly in the petrochemical industry. It's just the nature of the beast of what they're dealing with. So, but I have seen performance affected by blocked air filters and old fluids. So those are my two big bugaboos, if you will.